Hi guys, I'm Erik and welcome back to Canada Casino, your guide to online gambling. In today's video, we're going to be going over another variation of Omaha poker called No-Limit Omaha. This variation is very similar to the others, however there are some differences that we're going to go over in this video. Let's start things off with the differences between Texas Holdem and Pot Limit Omaha. Pot Limit Omaha has the same overall gameplay as Texas Holdem, which is why I strongly suggest you watch our beginner's guide to Texas Holdem on our channel. This will allow you to have an understanding of the overall gameplay and also card rankings, since Texas Holdem is a more popular variation. When most people refer to poker, they're referring to Texas Holdem, which is played in a no-limit format. No limit is referring to how there's no restrictions on the betting. This is also the case for No Limit Omaha, where betting is open. No Limit Omaha is also referred to as Omaha NL. The major difference between No Limit Omaha and Texas Holdem is the fact that each player is given 4 hole cards, and you have to make up your hand of 2 hole cards and 3 community cards, whereas in Holdem, you're given 2 cards and you can make up the best 5-card hand from either. Okay guys, we're gonna go through a quick example game so you can get a feel for the flow and fully understand how each 4-card hand works. For this example, everybody's cards have already been dealt, and they've also been dealt face up. In a real scenario, you will only be able to see your own cards, so keep that in mind. So let's quickly go over everybody's cards and see what they're interested in betting. Taking a look at the player on my right, he has a Queen of Hearts, 5 of Spades, 7 of Spades, and a 4 of Clubs. That 5 and 7 has some potential for a straight and maybe even a flush. Looking at my cards down below, I don't have much. I have a 10 of Spades, 3 of Clubs, Ace of Diamonds, and a 5 of Hearts. And then, taking a look at the player on my left, he has 3 8s and 1 6. At first glance, you might think, oh my god, 3 8s, that's phenomenal. However, since it's Omaha, we can only use 2 cards from our hand. So, in the long run, having that extra 8 is actually a blocking card, so there's only 1 8 left in the deck, which is a detriment to this player's hand. Similar to Texas Holdem, to the left of the dealer button, there'll be the small blind, and to the left of him, there'll be the big blind. So let's place those bets. Place the small blind, the big blind, he'll call because he has the pair, and he'll call as well. Now the first round of betting is ended, let's start off with the flop. We'll pool all the bets, burn 1 card, deal the first, second, and third. Now, with the flop out, let's see what each hand has to offer. The player to my right, now getting 2 more spades, so some great flush potential. Me, however, I now have 3 aces, which is looking very promising. And then the player to my left now has 2 pairs, which is also looking very good. Let's take a look at betting. The player to my right is very close to a flush, and remember, it's No Limit Omaha, so he has no restrictions on his bet. He's gonna go straight away and put in $40. I have my 3 aces, so I will definitely call that with $40 of my own. And then the player to my left has the 2 8s and 2 aces, so he is definitely going to call the 40 as well, ending this round of betting. The end of that round of betting signals the beginning of the turn. We'll collect the bets, burn 1 card, and draw the 4th. Let's take a look at everybody's hand based on this new card that was drawn. The player to my right was looking for another spade so he can complete his flush. However, the 8 of Clubs was drawn, so he's still looking out for that on the next card. My hand, however, hasn't changed at all as well, since I have my 3 aces, but nothing else has really happened. Then we have the player to my left, who's gotten the 4th 8, but remember, he can only use 2 cards from his hand, but he'll have the 2 8s here with the 3rd, and then 2 aces, giving him a full house. Based on everybody's hands, let's take a look at what each player is willing to bet. The player on my right's hand hasn't changed at all, so he's gonna check, meaning he's not gonna add any money into the pot. My hand still has my 3 aces, so I'm definitely willing to add some money, so I put in $30. The player to my left, however, has a full house, so he's looking to raise that to 50. Remember that it's no limit, so he can add as much as he wants. The player to my right now, with the chance for a flush, is gonna call that 50. And then I will call as well, ending that round of betting. Now that round of betting is over, we're gonna kick off the river. We're gonna quickly pool up the bets. So we're gonna burn one card and draw the final one, which is the 10 of clubs. Let's take a look at everybody's hands based on this new card being drawn. The player to my right, it was looking for another spade to complete his flush. However, he got another club, so his hand is essentially useless. He doesn't really have anything besides the aces that are on the board for him. Then, taking a look at my hand, I now have a pair of 10s and 3 aces, meaning I have a very high full house. Now, the player on my left, nothing has changed really, but he does have his 3 8s and 2 aces, giving him a full house of his own. Now that we've taken a look at everybody's hands, let's see what each player is willing to bet. The player to my right essentially has nothing besides what's in the community cards for everybody, so he's gonna check and not add anything into the pot. Then, looking at my cards, I have a very good hand, so I'm gonna go all in, putting in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, just all in. The player to my left also has a full house, so he is definitely gonna call and put all in as well. The player to my right, however, scared with this, is going to fold and scrunch up his cards. This would kick off the showdown between me and the player to my left. We would both reveal our cards to each other, but for this example, we've had them showing for more information the whole game. We both have full houses, so to determine the winner, it would be whoever had the higher value of card in their full house. I have 3 aces and 2 10s, where he has 3 8s and 2 aces, so I would end up winning the entire pot. Okay guys, that about concludes our beginner's guide to No-Limit Omaha. As you can see, it's very similar to the other variations and almost identical to Texas Holdem with some small differences here and there. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and definitely subscribe for more gambling content coming soon. This was Canada Casino, and I'll see you guys next time.